Leo, hello Leos and any Leos out there that decide to join us. This is going to be your September monthly overview video. This is a general message that's timeless, so whenever you find it, there might be something meant in this message for you, even though this is meant with the intention of having this message be for the month of September. There's always a reason we're drawn to certain things at certain times. We're all in different places in our life at different times, and you might be in a place in your life at that moment when you're drawn to the video that might let you know that there's something, there might be one thing you hear in this video that might help you with your current circumstances. So what we have here, Leo, is the way I do these readings. If you've never seen my readings before, and oh, by the way, I'm Sherry, and this is Soul Conscious Tarot. I almost forgot to say that. But I do 3 rows. We do the first row is your conscious mind, what you're feeling and thinking at a conscious level, with the middle row being your subconscious, what you're feeling and thinking at a subconscious level that you may or may not be aware of, and then what that final outcome is, how those two, your conscious and subconscious mind and feelings, tied together to form what we're manifesting into our reality. What we see in our real world as a result of how we're feeling and thinking at those 2 levels. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I also pull one final card from I pull final cards from the universe, but also I've been adding at the end one oracle deck from the Secret Language of Light oracle deck, which have been tying in beautifully with these readings. I started doing that last month, and I got to keep doing it because they tie in. They tie in so beautifully with the messages that come through. It just amazes me each time in every reading. So let's see what you have here, Leo. So this really talks to me. This Atlantis card, I'm really feeling emotions depth. Like something is really emotional for you right now. Something is really, really emotional. Like you're really feeling emotional at this time. Like in the month of September, there might be something that's making you feel really emotional. And the Ace of Wands, I mean, this is starting something new or wanting something new. It's like almost like you're wanting a new beginning. You're wanting a situation to transform because it's something you're passionate about. It's like you don't want it to end. You don't want this to end. It's like something's ending and it's like you're holding on, like you're hoping that it's not going to end. Because you have a lot of feelings here. I get so much feelings in it, like that water energy, deep water, like almost like a little bit of moon, like in the depths, because this is deep. Atlantis is supposed to be, deep underwater, deep hidden underwater. It's like deep down. I mean, you have all these emotions that are coming to the surface. And I think it's as a result of something that's ended in your life that just you have a lot of feelings for, and it's ended. And I think that there's this kind of desire. There's this desire that you don't want it to end is what I really am picking up on, Leo. Really strongly. So let's go ahead and move on to your subconscious self. Now that we kind of set the base. So the Himalayan passage, that can talk about, charting a course, I really seem like you feel like you're trying to find your footing, find your way. That's what I'm getting off of that card is like trying to it's like you're off balance a little bit. Like whatever the situation is, it put you off balance emotionally. And you're really trying to get yourself back into balance. Like you're trying to be okay with this ending, trying to be okay with it, but you're not. Like you're not okay with it. Because it's something that you really want. So you have the Ace of the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles usually talks about these. This is the Dark Tarot deck. And I use this for the subconscious self because it's a darker deck, and it's more like the shadows come out, like your fears, your hopes, your dreams. It's like the stuff that, the things that we don't talk about or maybe don't discuss, kind of that deeper energy. So you have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like this is like this confusion of like it's like you can't resolve something. It's like Nine of Pentacles usually talks to me about independence. It's usually like my minor arcana Empress card in a sense, but it really is, like off of this card, I'm getting this sense, looking at this image, that almost like this feeling like you're missing and longing this, like that independence is not something you want. Like you have the independence, but it's not what you desire. Like you don't desire to be independent and self-sufficient in your heart and soul. It's like this part of you that doesn't want to be alone, that doesn't want to be single and self-sufficient, or like alone. I'm really getting this card of feeling alone, like you just don't, that doesn't make you happy. Like in the outer world, people may perceive you as strong and independent, Leo. They may see you as the strong, independent person, but deep down, you really just want somebody to be in your life. Like you really don't want to be that strong, independent person. It's like you had to be that, but that's not who you are at a soul level. It's not what you really want for yourself. And you're like trying to figure out how to resolve that, how to balance things out, how to resolve that situation. What's the way forward? You're trying to figure out, how can I, what do I have to do in my life? What needs to change and transform? What do I need to let go of and change in my life so that I can manifest someone into my life, so that I don't have to be alone anymore. I don't have to feel alone in the world, that people can see the more vulnerable side of me, to see that I really am in pain, even though I don't show that I'm in pain, that I really am in pain, and for people to see that and want to, reach out to me and be part of my life, because it's like this part of you that feels like in your world, you have to be the strong, independent person, and you have to put that persona out to the world around you, and you can't let yourself be vulnerable. It's like you feel like you have to be the strong person, and deep down you just want to be this ooey gooey, buttery, creamy, ooey gooey center, of being, kind of having someone that, in your life. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to, it's like you're tired of trying to do things alone, trying to do everything by yourself, and you just want somebody by your side. You want somebody in your life because you've been alone too long. I really feel like you really are tired of doing everything by yourself. I really am picking that up strongly. That's really the heart of this message, is that you're really tired of being alone. You're really tired of doing everything on your own, of having to do everything by yourself. And it's not really a codependent behavior. It's more just like you want somebody by your side. You want somebody, Leo, that is going to be there for you, that's going to help you, and whether that it doesn't even have to be like a romantic partner. It's having a friend or somebody, a confidant by your side that you can depend on and trust in, that, somebody that's loyal and dependable and trustworthy, that'll help you out, that'll help lighten the load that you're bearing, because I feel like, that you've done everything on your own, that you've been doing everything on your own, and you hardly let anyone help you. And I think that you're really wanting people to help you, but you're not wanting to ask for that help either. I think that's part of the problem and I think that's what you're trying to change is help, asking for help. Because I think that you've been so strong and felt that you need so strong that you've never been willing to ask for help. And so that's why you've had to do it all alone. And I think that that's really what you're trying to change here, to try and come together with people. I think you're trying to do better about asking for the help that you need, and so that you can get where you're wanting to go. You're tired of keeping to yourself, of trying to do everything yourself and not ask for help. I think you're really realizing, Leo, that you need to start asking people for help, because I think that you've always just hoped and assumed people would want to help you. Like you were just hoping that people would step up naturally and be there for you. And that hasn't happened. And I think that you're realizing, oh, well, if I want people to help me, I need to ask for it. I can't just expect them to help me. I can't just assume and expect that they're going to help me out of the goodness and kindness of their heart, because they don't know what I need and they don't know what I want. They're not seeing the pain that is underneath the strong facade that I portray to the world. They're not seeing, the side of me that really is a little child that is crying out for help, that really wants somebody, to help them out, that's tired of the burden that they're carrying, is what I'm feeling. So I think this is communicating with people, I really feel that's that communication, that you're trying to be better about communicating your needs, your desires of who you are, what you want, what you need with people, being a little more open with people is what I'm getting with that, is trying to be more open, that you're trying to end the cycle of being alone or doing everything on your own, thinking that you can do it all alone, being willing to allow other people to help you, to ask for help and allow other people to help you. That's what I really feel like the message is for you this month, what you're going to be experiencing, going through, in this month of September, is this kind of kind of realizing that you need to let people in, you need to open up and really express, yourself. It's a little bit tied to Gemini, not gonna lie. Like Gemini's message was about clearing the air with someone and communicating their needs and desires, where yours is more like letting people in, letting people understand that what you need from them, what you need from them. Whereas, kind of Gemini's twist on it, almost a similar message, was more about trying to communicate more of their needs and wants to allow people to be more accepting of who they are in their life, or find the right people in their life. Yours is more like, trying to draw people into your life by communicating the need and desire that you need help, that you aren't as strong as you put off in the world that you are, that you actually, you're kind of trying to humble yourself in a way and to ask for the help that you need, because you realize that it's not going to come unless you ask, is what I'm getting. So we're pulling the final oracle card from the Secret Language of Light deck. Oh, it's upside down. So these cards aren't read in reversal, so the messages don't have a reversal side to them. And I pull these cards and read from the book because they've been tying in so beautifully with the messages that come through. And so this is number 16, Ask Your Soul, which, this is heart. I mean, you see all these hearts on that card. It's what we talked about at the very beginning, at the intro of this reading, with that Atlantis card of, I really felt like this is something deeply emotional, something you've been extremely emotional about lately. It may be that something's happened in your life that you realize that you should have shared more with yourself, like with the people around you, or you may have needed to humble yourself a little bit more, not put on this stoic front, I think that you're realizing that the people around you in your life, in your world, they see you as the strong person, and that's the front, the mask that you wear to the people around you. And so nobody offers you help, and you realize that you've put off of this persona, to the people around you that you don't need help, that you'll take care of things, that you've got it all together. But in reality, that's not the case underneath. It's almost like, and it might be for some people, and this is definitely not going to be for all people, but I think that it is for some Leos, that it might be similar to the fact of like somebody that hides their depression behind a smile. Where you may have depression and you hide that behind a smile. Like when you're around other people, no one would ever know that you're unhappy and depressed, because you come off as got it all together, that everything is fine in your world when really it's not. That's basically what the heart of this reading is talking about, something like that, where you have not asked for the help that you need. You're hoping that the people will just see your pain, see it, even though you don't put it out there in the world and you don't express it. You keep it hidden. You're hoping someone will see it and they'll show up for you in the way that you're wanting them to show up, and you're realizing that you can't just expect someone to show up for you, that you actually have to ask for the help that you need. And this could be, not only asking someone externally, but this might be asking the divine, asking the universe for that help. It doesn't always necessarily have to be, you could ask them for the help that you need, to help you be able to express yourself better. Look deep within yourself. So let's go ahead and read what the book has on this card. Ask your soul. Wise questions create wise answers. Something you have asked for will soon turn up in your life. Every time you request something, you plant a seed in your quantum field or vibrational reality where it begins to grow and move toward you. This is how we create and expand consciousness. Asking is the first step in any creation. It only needs to be about the 10% of the creative process, but somehow most of us make it about 90%. If we don't see any evidence of our desires coming into existence, we keep asking. This holds us in place where the answers can't be heard. What you desire is on its way. You only need to ask once. It doesn't matter whether this is out loud or in your mind, because the universe interprets vibrations, not words. So this really talks about, when we set our intentions on something, when we're trying to manifest something in reality, when we keep it in the realm of thought, and we keep, it's kind of like when we pray for something over and over and over again, like every day we're so hyper focused on it. We're constantly asking. It's kind of like a little bit of a sense of control. It's not letting go. As the book kind of said, that asking the question is only 10% of making it happen. You have to not only, if you want something to manifest in your life, if you want something to change, you put it out there to the universe that you desire that, and then you kind of have to just let go. You have to let go of the outcome and trust that the divine, the universe, is going to act on your behalf. They've heard that request that you've made, and that they're going to bring it about. So it's like almost like that you've tried too hard. And I think that you realize that, like I said, that you've expected things to happen, instead of just letting them happen, or really putting yourself, like I said, I think that you're realizing that you need to ask. Because I think part of it is you haven't asked for what you needed. And I think that's what you're kind of realizing, Leo, is that maybe you haven't asked the right questions, to get the help that you need in your life, for people to show up for you in the way that you want them to show up. Maybe you haven't asked the right questions. So, it's it may require a little bit of soul searching, and searching your soul to really understand what the right question is. What is it you're really needing from someone else or from the people around you, so that you ask the right question, even whether that's to a person or to the universe itself. By asking the right question, it's kind of like the genie in the bottle. So like if you've watched any movies with regards to genies, that usually the genie will manifest what it is that you desire, your wish, to it like to the point. So like if you aren't very specific in the wish that you ask the genie, they may interpret that in different ways that may not have the results or the outcome that you expected when you placed that wish, because you didn't think it through all the way. You didn't set the right intention when you asked for that wish to be fulfilled. And you've seen that in many movies where they'll ask for a wish and it kind of backfires because they didn't think it all the way through. And that's kind of where I think you're at. You're like kind of in the stuck, you've been in the stuck point on your manifestation of what you're wanting, because I think that you're maybe not asking the right question, or you're not, whether that be, I think you're not really at the heart of what you really want, what you're really needing. And I think it's going to require diving into your soul to really pinpoint, what is it you're really needing. Maybe what you're asking for is too broad, that it's not pinpointed to what is the true need. What would, if you're depressed, what's the one thing that really would make you happy, and is that something you can bring to yourself, or does it require other people? Or if it's, where you feel alone and you feel like you want help in your life, or you want somebody to be by your side and help you, be loyal to you and be there for you. Are you asking, is that really what you want? Because you might be contradicting what you really want as well. You might be, what you're manifesting may not be what you're really asking for, or really desiring deep down. So that can be a contradiction, like if you're saying one thing and doing another, sort of thing, that they'll kind of cancel each other out. So you have to be careful with that. You have to, Two of Pentacles to me is talking about putting things into balance. You have to balance out everything. Like when you're manifesting, you have to make sure that what you really desire is what you really desire, and your actions reflect, your actions in the world reflect what it is that you're trying to manifest. That you're in alignment. This is almost like you look, like this alignment. It's got like a sense of alignment. You have to be in alignment, with your desire and your intentions and your actions. Everything has to be in alignment. For things to shape into your reality in the way that you're hoping they'll shape up. And I think something's just off here. And I think that's what I really am feeling like the heart of the matter is maybe you need to take some time to yourself to really pinpoint, what it is that feeling that you're really trying to solve, or you're really trying to fill that void that you're trying to fill within yourself, whatever it is, where you feel like you don't want this in your life, where you feel that uncomfortable feeling that, that I need this thing that, you feel like you need, that needs to be filled inside of you, that's missing. You need to really pinpoint what that is that you're missing, so that you can ask the right questions and manifest the right thing into your life that's really going to fill that void and that need. Because we have the ability to make ourselves happy, and to do, we really shouldn't necessarily need to be self-sufficient on to count on anyone else for anything in our life. We should be able to be self-sufficient and be happy being self-sufficient. And anyone that comes in our life should complement our life. It should just enhance what, our life in general and add to it, versus fill a void. Another person should never fill a void in your life. So if there's a void there, you need to figure out, you need to take the time to uncover what that void is at the heart of the matter, and heal that or transform that, and change it, so that you can ask the right question, whether that be to the people around you or to yourself, or to the universe at large, to bring that about in your life. I know this is a little bit long in that I kind of rambled on a little bit there, but I really wanted to kind of get at the heart of the matter there. I felt like it really was needed. So if you listen to this all the way through, I definitely appreciate you very much. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me in this reading. Thank you so very much. If this message resonates with you, if you feel like it resonates with you or may resonate with you or what you're going through, hit the like button down below. If you're moved to, leave a comment. I read the comments, but it also might help a fellow Leo out there that might be experiencing something similar to what you're experiencing, and feel like they're not alone. It's always good to be able to connect like that and have someone you might be able to talk to or at least know somebody else is going through the same thing as you, so you don't feel so alone in what you're going through, especially if you're a type of person that is hiding depression behind a smile, that things are tough on you, and you're hiding that from other people. And sometimes that can't be, sometimes isn't easy to talk about, especially if it's something you've always hid, that's sometimes it's hard to share that with others. So, I feel for you if you're struggling with that, if that's something that you're still trying to overcome. I wish you the very best and hope that you can ask for the help that you need to heal and to recover, so that it doesn't lead to someplace worse in the long run, by keeping it, trapped down and not asking for the help that you need. So thank you once again if you join me. If you want, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have more people join my tribe. I'd love to have you here and have you as part of my tribe, as I do this reading every month, and then I do a few readings each and every week. I do an all signs every week, and then I do a couple general collective messages as well. So I'd love to have you join me on those as well. And thank you so much once again. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light.